Great to have you here. We are coming to you live from digital address GA0992539 and also on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 144. To our very first story, 4 men allegedly shot by police during a protest of the relocation of the Kwanoma district capital from Foase to nearby Chidie are being buried today. Earlier today, families, friends and community members filed past the bodies of Seth Danso, Prince Boateng, Kojo Ofori and Douglas Adai to pay their last respects. JoyNews' Ohiming Terrier has been following this story since it broke, and he's in Foase now and joins the show live. Ohiming, now it's been 10 months since this incident occurred, but from the videos we can tell the memory and pain is very fresh. What have relatives of the deceased been telling you?
Thank you. That is, it's been a very difficult moment for relatives who lost their loved ones on the February 7th incident. They say at first they thought the relatives will survive the gunshot wound. Later, what they are seeing today is indeed a confirmation of the fact that they've lost their relatives. So they've been wailing, and some of them have been casting aspersions on the police officers. Two of them joined the dignitaries, including the regional minister and deputy minister for local government, Akwesi Boateng Eji, who coincidentally is the chairman of the implementation committee, seeing to it that recommendations of the investigative committee would be implemented. So at a point, the police officers were advised to leave the grounds where the funeral was being organized, but residents continue to also mourn the departed, saying that indeed they have lost them, and today is an indication that they are seeing their residents or their loved ones for the last time. They will not see them again. As we speak now, the bodies have been conveyed to the cemetery. It followed a very short burial service led by the Methodist Bishop for Kumasi, very Reverend Nicholas Andam, who led the burial service. It was very, very short, less than 5 minutes. He asked the residents to, be prepared to face the reality. He says, indeed, losing your loved ones is a very hard one, but they must also be prepared to meet what he described as a reality. And the reality is the fact that it's very sad and life goes on after this incident. So he asked the residents of Foase to prepare to face the realities in life after losing 4 of their loved ones. So the youth will not also, give what should have been a very, easy ceremony. They have been weeping. Some of them have also been dancing and crying all over as they say goodbye to 4 people who lost their lives in February this year.
Ohiming, the burial you say is over now. What next? Have you heard from the implementation committee?
The implementation committee, before today's ceremony, met the relatives yesterday, and at that ceremony, the chairman, deputy local government minister as well, Akwesi Boateng Eji, said they paid all the medical bills of the victims. And when I thought from him how much they have paid, because the committee mentioned 100,058 Ghana cedis, and he says, yes, the figure is not important. All that you can say is the fact that they have paid according to recommendations of the investigative committee. So he says there are also attempts or efforts to ensure compensation is paid to the victims. In that regard, a letter from the local government minister has been sent to the Attorney General's office requesting that the minister work on that one.
We'll come back to you shortly, but let's listen to the Deputy Local Governance Minister.
The committee was set up to handle the issues relating to the settlement of medical bills, and then also to look at the burial and funeral rights of those deceased. So the committee has been working around the clock, and then we have also engaged the community, the chiefs, the family members, and then along the sidelines to the Asante through the NIFA chiefs has also been working tirelessly to get this matter resolved. I'm happy to report that we've made significant progress. Last week I was around to settle some aspects of the medical bills. There were issues about compensation, but we made it clear to them that the committee was not immediately in a position to handle the compensation because it has to be cleared with the Attorney General's Department. So the Attorney General's Department has been contacted by my ministry, which is the local government ministry. My boss has written to the Attorney General to advise on the issues of the medical compensation.
So back to the funeral ground. So Heming, we know the police said they were investigating this incident because their men are involved. Any updates on that quickly?
It is difficult to get information from the police as to what has happened to the members or personnel said to be involved in this shooting incident, except to say that the investigative committee will not even make public the report. So they are still, nothing concrete has been done about that particular one. And that has been some of the words from residents here. They have been saying that if indeed they are implementing the committee's report, they want to also see to it that police officers who are complicit in this report are prosecuted in that regard. So police are yet to make public pronouncements on whether they are prosecuting some of the personnel involved here. But we are still implementing a report that nobody, me for instance, journalists, I'm not even aware of the details. And the regional minister, the minister and the regional coordinating council as well, has not also made the findings public. So we don't really know what is in the committee's report, except to say that the investigative committee made recommendations, and the implementation committee is also working on recommendations made by the investigative committee. These are what they refer to them as reference points. So 7 reference points for the implementation committee to work on. So that is the situation.
We'll end it here for now. Thank you, Heming coming to us from Foase, where some 4 persons who were allegedly shot by police have been buried.